couple of weeks ago, a portion of an under-construction metro pillar collapsed in Mumbai, killing one person and injuring several others. In June 2024, the Budgetary flyover in Nagpur, a 535 crore rupees project by the way, built under India's flagship Bharatmala highway program, sank in just 4 months. The photo went viral, people made memes, politicians went quiet, and then, like most things in India, nothing happened and we moved on. Now, here is what I want you to hold in your head while we go through this video. That 535 crore rupees flyover sinking before it was even inaugurated, is the system working exactly as designed? And by the end of this video, you'll understand why. Because today, we're doing a full audit. We're going to follow your tax money from the government's budget to the contractor's pocket, to the road under your wheels. And what we found out is honestly going to bother you. Hello folks, I'm Shashank. You're tuned into Finshots TV. This video is part of our Make India Better series, where we expose the flaws in our system and try to find remedies to fix them, one video and one initiative at a time. Okay, let's follow the money now. First, let's establish the scale of what we're talking about. Alright, India holds the #1 rank globally for road accident deaths out of 195 countries. India's entire official COVID-19 death count across all 3 years of the pandemic across multiple waves was roughly around 5.3 lakh people. Indian roads kill 1.72 lakh people every single year, which means in 3 years, roads kill the same number of people as COVID-19 did. So the obvious question is, why? We're spending more on roads than ever, we're building more highways than ever, and people are dying at a higher rate than ever. Now to answer that, we need to start with a number. That number is 1 lakh rupees. In 2019, India passed the Motor Vehicles Amendment Act. It was supposed to be a turning point for road safety. Fines went up. For drunk driving, there was up to 10k fine. For dangerous driving, up to 5k. The government said, we are getting serious. And buried in the same act is a provision that almost nobody talked about. See, if a road contractor builds a highway with faulty design, say wrong curve radius, missing crash barriers, guardrails that aren't there, and people die because of it, the maximum fine that contractor can be charged is 1 lakh rupees only. Now that is the price of accountability. That is the price of your life. For context, a speeding fine on that same road can be 5,000 rupees, which means if you drive recklessly on a poorly designed road, you face a higher personal fine than the contractor who designed it badly in the first place. And it gets worse, okay? Because here's the thing about that 1 lakh fine. There's barely any evidence it's ever actually been imposed. The provision exists on paper, but enforcement is essentially non-existent. So now, let's see where your and my tax money goes. Look, road budgets are massive numbers, lakh crore this, lakh crore that. So let's make this quite simple. Imagine the government gives you 100 rupees to build a road. Let's track every single rupee now, okay? Now, here's a rough split from a model built from the CAG reports, NHAI data, and documented expert testimony. About 25 to 30 rupees goes to land, 45 to 50 rupees goes to contractor who builds the road, 8 to 10 rupees to the consultants who design it, and 8 to 10 rupees more to supervise the work. Now that's your 100 rupee split. Looks reasonable on paper. Now let me show you what actually happens to it. Right, so the first leak in that 100 rupees happens even before the single road is built. Out of every 100 rupees, roughly 25-30 goes to land acquisition and what's called the pre-construction cost. That covers the land you need, the surveys, the detailed project report or DRP prepared by the consultants, environmental clearances, and so on. Now in theory, this is legitimate because roads need land and planning. In practice, the CAG, that is Comptroller and Auditor General of India, India's official auditor, looked at the Bharatmala program and found something alarming. Pre-construction costs were approved at 1.39 crore rupees per kilometer. Now by the time the projects were actually sanctioned, they had increased to 8.28 crore rupees per kilometer. Now that's a 6x jump even before the work started. Some of that is genuine because land prices went up, inflation happened, but the CAG also found that consulting firms that were preparing the DRP, which are documents that are supposed to map the specific terrain, drainage, and design requirements of each highway, were simply reusing templates from previous projects. Now you cannot use the same DPR for Kerala, which gets 3000 millimeters of annual rainfall, and Rajasthan, which barely gets 300. But firms were doing exactly that and charging full fees for it, by the way. The DPR for a project is the blueprint. If the blueprint is wrong, the road is wrong. And if the road is wrong, then people die at high speed. So that's the first leak. Before the first machine even touches the ground, somewhere between 8 and 10 rupees of your 100 rupees is already gone in consultant fees for blueprints that were copy-pasted and land costs that nobody can fully explain. The second leak is more elegant. The way India awards road contracts is through something called the L1 system. L1 stands for lowest bidder. The government floats a tender, multiple contractors bid, and the contract goes to whoever quotes the lowest price. Okay? The idea is clean. This keeps costs down, this prevents favoritism, but the reality is the opposite. The government estimates a project at say 100 crore rupees. Contractor A bids 78 crore rupees to win the contract. Now they just committed to building a 100 crore rupees road for 78 crore rupees. Now the math doesn't work here. Okay? So how do they make it work? They steal from the materials. Simple. And this is out in the open, by the way. The Indian Road Congress, which is the body that sets technical standards, specifies that a national highway's asphalt mix should contain roughly 5 to 5.5% of bitumen content for strength and longevity of the road. A contractor who shaves just 1% of that specification across a large project saves crores of rupees. The road looks identical on day 1, but by month 6, after the first train, it looks like a crater on the moon. In Kerala, a 2020 audit found that 85 out of 92 tested road projects had no mandatory field labs, no verified job mix formulas, and were passed as satisfactory anyway. And here's the thing, the system has a safeguard against this. NHAI hires supervision consultants whose job is to sit on the site, verify the materials, and check the layer thickness and sign off before the contractor gets paid. Now they cost money, documented in CAG reports at over 8 crore rupees per kilometer in some projects. But those consultants are paid from the very project budget. They work alongside the contractor. They have no financial incentive to fail a project. Failing a project means paperwork, disputes, delays, which makes their own performance look bad. So they pre-announce site inspections. Hello, I'm coming. The contractor knows that they're coming. The showcase samples are ready. The papers are signed. Now that is a second leak. Roughly 10 to 15 rupees out of every 100 rupees walks out as bitumen that isn't on the road, concrete that isn't in the foundation, and oversight that doesn't happen. Now here's a part that should make you genuinely angry. A bad road for the contractor is a business model. Yes. A road built to last 20 years means one contract. A road built to last 3 years means repair and maintenance contracts, often awarded without full retendering because they fall below the threshold that requires competitive bidding. Think about that. The contractor builds a short life road on purpose. The road falls early, the contractor gets called back again to fix it at full margin with minimum competition, and the cycle repeats itself. In Gwalior, a new built 18 crore rupees road caved in within 15 days of construction. In Maharashtra, an 80 crore rupees concrete road split open in its very first monsoon. In Bihar, a viral video showed a man tearing up freshly laid asphalt with his bare hands. Now, these incidents are the output of a system where nobody is paid to build something that lasts and everybody benefits when it doesn't. Okay, so we've followed the money through the leaks. Now, let me show you the paradox that this creates. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has a budget of 2.78 lakh crore rupees in FY 24-25. Now, out of that, the amount specifically allotted to road transport and safety as a separate budget line was 356 crore rupees. Now, that is 0.17% of the total ministry budget, less than 17 paise for every 100 rupees spent. Niti Aayog has recommended that at least 10% of the road ministry's budget should go towards maintaining existing roads. The actual maintenance and road safety spend is a fraction of that. And the result, deaths went up from 1.48 lakh in 2019 to 1.72 lakh in 2023. The budget went up, the construction pace went up, the deaths went up every single year. So we are spending more money to produce more roads so that we kill more people. So, is there a way out? Yes. It starts with fixing how we build. Instead of giving contracts to lowest bidder who cuts corners, we need to shift to a quality and cost system like Germany uses, where bids are judged on long-term durability and not just lowest upfront price. We need independent auditors paid from the central fund and not the project budget who can say no without fear, and we need to make penalties real. If a road kills because of faulty design, the contractor should face criminal negligence charges, not a 1 lakh slap on the wrist. On safety, we're spending less than 1% of our highway budget. When Niti Aayog recommends 10% for maintenance, we should create a national road safety fund that automatically takes 2% of toll revenue to fix roads before they kill. And finally, we can learn from Sweden's Vision Zero, which proved that when you design roads assuming humans will make mistakes, 30 km/h zones, protected crossings, center barriers, now fatalities drop by half. The technology exists, The blueprints exist. The audits also exist. What we need is the will to stop building for the politicians' ribbon cutting and start building for the humans who have to drive on it. Because your tax money shouldn't fund a system that kills you, it should fund a system that keeps you alive. That's how we make India better. Anyway, folks, that's it for today. I want to know one thing from you. Tell me in the comments where you're from, what the roads are like from where you live, Bangalore, Patna, Nagpur, wherever. Let's actually build a map of this. I will see you in the next one.